Hello. See how this runs while I'm streaming. Because this game has VSync you can't turn off. And that's why the game was so laggy. Because I tried this when I tried to give this game another chance. When I got the card installed, and it was super choppy. I'm like, there's no way my computer runs this game this poorly. And it turns out I had to go get a mod to run the game because they don't know how to optimize their game. Now it seems to be running fine. I wanted to try streaming it first.
We are beginning a defensive operation against a large number of dolls appearing in the Ritem region. We request the participation of all ARC's defenders.
Has been like a good year since I played this last. I played it when it came out. It's definitely in a better spot now. I don't think anybody can really deny that, but
what is it you need?
I like how they added instanced dungeons. I'm like, yeah, you should have had that from the start. Like, you should have had that from the start. Running around aimlessly has always been a part of PSO2, but it's really only the games before that that didn't have that kind of thing, but especially the beginning of PSO2, that game had a lot of running around in circles. I think people don't realize that. Like, there was a lot of that back when that game came out, but global players didn't have to endure that. I did. These things are like pretty expensive. I like doing those because they're instanced, so up my alley.
Come again.
fine. Yeah, I might give this an honest chance again. Just having instant dungeons again is a pretty big deal. It's weird how they went to, like, purely just running around in circles, because people didn't like that about ESO back in Episode 1 and Episode 2. Global players were blessed with not having to play that era of the game. Old days. Beginning of the game. Like, no damage. How bad are the frame drops? You gotta... Is it bad? It looked fine on the video I was doing earlier. Did earlier before I went to lunch. This thing has too much health. Die! Why is not having a health bar okay in anything? Why is that acceptable? Why do we accept that? Everything should have a health bar. Not having a health bar is stupid. It's all Monster Hunter's fault. I'm not feeling the frame drops, no. I don't like this game enough to really make content for it. Just try to make it look decent. But this game's CPU usage is really high, and then also I have to do window capture instead of game capture because their anti-cheat detects excrement and blocks it. It blocks it from being injected into the process. So that's probably why. There's nothing I can really do about that, unfortunately. It's, that's out of my control. Nothing I do to the computer will fix that problem. That's it's been a long-standing problem with this game. Its relationship with recording software is very awkward. Because their anti-cheat blocks it. No, this game like never really had any problems with RMT, so I guess there's some merit to it. I guess. They never really had gold sellers or anything, and if they did, it wasn't enough to like destroy the game. They kept it under control. Yes, I got to do the story. You can tell they got really pissed that this game compared to the original. They got really pissed that nobody did the story. most people completely ignored the story, especially after they took out the rewards for doing it. So now they force you to do it to get access to stuff. I guess at the beginning of PSO2's lifespan, like, the first 2 episodes, it was worth doing. But I just found it boring. Although, ironically, from a narrative standpoint, doing the story in base PSO2 was actually worth it, because the story actually finished, which is not something that happens with most online games. It's more likely that the game shuts down, or it's like The Matrix Online, or like Tales of Crestoria, where they just kind of leave it on a cliffhanger. They just kind of give it everyone goes to their home planet ending. You know, that this game's story actually did end. It's one of the few online games I can think of where, if you care about story in games like this, which not many people do, but if you do, it was worth watching. It was worth watching the cutscenes, which is actually pretty commendable. Wouldn't expect a Weeb game like this to get that right. Actually have the story be worth watching, instead of it just ending abruptly, or not ending at all. So that's usually what happens. Tales of Crestoria, they really prided themselves on that story, and it didn't finish. Literally ended on a huge cliffhanger. And they're like, oh, sorry, we're getting shut down. I'm like, well, I feel bad for anybody who actually watched those cutscenes. There was no payoffs. Just ended overnight. No resolution at all. At this game, they actually did finish the story, which is very rare. Seems like people don't really like the story in this one, but at least it'll finish. Probably count the amount of MMOs that actually have a finished, complete story on like one hand. There aren't many. I think with this game they realized that they actually did breaking barriers, groundbreaking, actually have the story be worth watching. Then like nobody really wanted to do it because just straight grinding was more efficient. So this time they forced you to do it. Hello, how you doing? Just testing this out. In the morning. God damn, man. Go to bed. Have the DGen sleep schedule like I do. Stay up until ass o'clock, stream until like 3 in the morning. Not doing anything worth staying up for right now. just testing this out. Nothing groundbreaking. Yes, the forbidden game. No, this is definitely better than it was when I, at launch. This game was a joke at launch. It seems like it's better now. They didn't release when they were ready. They really should have kept the base game going for, like, another year, I think. It was a stupid idea to kill off the base game, like, right away. They should not have done that. They had a perfectly functional, really good game right there, and they just killed it off, like, overnight. To try to funnel people into this game, which has no content. Or at least at the time it didn't. Really dumb idea. It's like, come on, you guys had one of the best action MMOs of all time, and then you just kind of killed it off overnight, old Yeller style. Like, why didn't you just keep it going? Still playable is, I wouldn't really call it still playable. It's in maintenance mode. Like, yes, you can still play it, but they don't make content for it anymore. So the economy is all messed up, and you can't find parties for rooms or anything. So, it's playable in the sense they haven't shut it down. Playable in terms of actually being something you play in conjunction with this? No, not. Pretty much the moment this came out, they stopped supporting it. So if you like the other combat, which is better than this, you can still play it. It's just there's not much point. Yeah, that was a boneheaded idea. I don't know why they thought that that was acceptable. Should have kept it going for like 2 years. That way, by the time that this game got to the spot it's at now, where it's not a complete meme to play, they had like more people coming over to it. Yeah, part of the reason this is not called Phantasy Star Online 3, it's legal stuff. Because if they call it an actual sequel, which, let's face it, this is supposed to replace PSO2, right? They market it as an expansion, but it clearly isn't. They redid everything, the gameplay flow, the assets, the combat, they redid everything. This game has more in line with a sequel than an expansion. The reason it's not called a sequel is because if they called it Phantasy Star Online 3, then all the collab costumes and stuff that people spent like a bajillion dollars on, they would not be able to have those anymore. So that's why this game is called New Genesis, even though it's you don't have to be a expert gaming industry analysis to realize that this is a sequel. There's nothing about this that is an expansion, especially because the base game is dead. Yeah, it's the cosmetics. They realized that they already made a stupid idea. They did a stupid thing, which was they killed off the old game when, you know, it was really starting to really hit its strides, and it had a lot of content. But they had so many collabs and stuff. They had Persona, they had Disgaea, they had BlazBlue, Guilty Gear. They had like Fate Stay Night, I think. They had a bunch of collabs. And basically, if they just called this a sequel, then they would have had to start from scratch again, which would have made this game even worse off, because they already really tried to force people to play this, because the old one died as soon as this came out, but they knew that there'd be a whole other shitstorm if they called it PSO3, and then from the legal bullshit from doing collaborations with other companies, they would have to not let you carry any of that over. So that's part of why this game is the way it is. It's pretty dumb, actually, but yeah, that actually is the reason. I may not be a big fan of this game, but I definitely... There's no way in your right mind you can call this an expansion. It's not. It's clearly the third game. Everything but name. There's nothing about this game that even remotely relates to being a sequel, an expansion. It's a full sequel. Yeah, some people still play base to get the costumes, but because the collabs are over and no one's really spending money on base PS2 anymore, PSO2 anymore, then the economy is jacked up. You have to grind a lot to get them, and then there's like literal extinction of those supplies. The thing about the costumes in this game is they're more scarce than the stuff that impacts your gameplay, like the weapons, the armor, the augments and stuff. Like, you can get plenty of those, but the costumes are completely dictated by people who actually spend money on the game. Free-to-play players can't contribute to the economy at all, so those people are probably playing this right now. They're not playing base anymore, so the amount of costumes is in like a permanent drought. So the price on them is going up like massively. How's the frame rate? Is it dropping at all? It's not dropping on my end. But this game's CPU usage is a meme. Also, I can't do direct capture with this because of the game guard. Yeah, if it drops frames a little bit, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, I was just bored. I wanted to try this again before I go take care of my neighbor. Kill some time. But yeah, they totally botched this game at the start. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Because there's other games that have done this too, where they put out a new game, but then they don't kill off the old game right away. They realize that's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to do that. You already have a player base playing this game. Like, you should try to force people into the new one, especially when the new one is going to have like a fraction of the content. Makes more sense to ease people in, but no, they didn't want to do that. Now it's not so bad. It definitely feels like there's more content. The gameplay feels better. Yeah, I'm surprised people didn't know that. That's why this game is called New Genesis. It's not called PSO3, even though it obviously is. I don't think they've done many collabs either. I think that the amount of collabs they've done has been pretty light, from what I've seen. But I just play as this Common Rider guy. I don't really spend money on cosmetics. If I spend money on this game again, it'll be to power up the character. I like him the way he looks. My JP PSO character was like this, but he was like orange. I got killed off screen. Just trying to find all the stuff.
Still breathing.
If you play this game as a male, pretty much means that, not talking about your gender in real life, but the gender of your character. If you play this game as a male, you're just kind of signing off on the fact that you're going to have way less cosmetic options. Like, you can't have both in this game. Female characters get like way more stuff because it's mostly dudes playing this game that like to play as lollies and shit, so that's what they make most of the clothes for. Which saves you money in the long run, and it's not narrowly a bad thing. Okay, so where is this one? I'm trying to find the portal. Oops. Pull it up on my phone. Alright, so it's over here, actually.
Eradication of dolls in accordance with Defense Directive confirmed. Thank you for your contribution to the mission.
Alright. So it's right over here, apparently. Like how there's censorship in this version of the game. They nerfed the height slider, so you can't make like literal kids anymore, and all the weebs got really pissed off about that. I'm like, dude, that's the least of this game's problems. You can't make a literal child and put them in like inappropriate clothing. That's what you guys are complaining about, not the combat. Not the optimization, not the complete, like, barren level of content, no. You can't make a 10-year-old and put them in a bikini and make them 2 foot tall. Like, that's the problem. Alright. I swear. This game had like, what, like 5 hours of content when it came out? Maybe even that's being generous. Very minuscule amount. Alright, good, I found this. Okay.
What is it you need? again.
Oh, I gotta be stronger to do that, huh? Alright, well, that's enough of this for now. Seems like it's working okay enough, at least. Yeah, that game is a pain to capture, because the anti-cheat blocks most recording software. So, you have to do window capture, which is a lot more demanding on the processor of your computer. The anti-cheat for that game in the past, on the Japanese server, before the global one, has actually made my computer blue screen before, on multiple occasions. It's like the worst anti-cheat, although I hear Genshin Impact and Valorant are like just as bad. I haven't really played either of those games, but End Protect Game Guide is a meme. I mean, on one hand, it does its job, and people aren't really hacking. That game doesn't really have an RMT economy, so that's nice at least. You know, really your only option of getting cash stuff is to support the game. But it messes with recording software. Sometimes it messes with your computer as well. It doesn't seem to be as bad as it was, but I guess now a lot of other games younger than PSO2, like Genshin Impact, Valorant, Tower of Fantasy, they all have really bad anti-cheat too. That's like super intrusive and has like kernel level access to your computer. I guess that makes PSO2 look pretty good right now. Alright, I'm gonna play this for a bit, and then I gotta bounce over to my neighbor's house. What's up, Shakesman? Yeah, you can't really say this has a forced grind. It's possible. It's just the first time you beat that boss, you're not going to do much damage unless you get really lucky. But once you get 6 modules, definitely sucks that you have to spec in damage to make the boss fights take a respectable amount of time for like an adult with responsibilities. It doesn't have like 10 minutes to spare for each boss fight. The thing about the way the damage items are designed in this is that the best ones come from actually playing skillfully. The raw damage modifiers are much worse than the ones that where you have to kill things fast or without taking damage. Like the stats on those are way better. The actual ones that just give you flat damage with no conditions are like not very good. So they did do that right. But yeah, there's definitely reliance on damage items. Like that run I posted in my Discord, I had a ridiculous amount of damage, but mostly came from playing well. Steel Blade is like the base default sword. It's actually one of the best swords for this mode because you're invincible for a long time. It also tracks the enemy, so on the bosses, especially the Medea, it's like actually one of the best. If you can spec in that, you can do like way more DPS. Makes the bosses kinda coast by. Save that break blade for next fight. Try to find some good damage modifiers, and then maybe some healing. That's a shit module. Don't want to take that. Break blades are too good, especially the lightning blade and the steel blade. Those are like the best swords. All purpose. Maybe you would take that if you had like no swords left at all. Bad choice. Another one of those, huh? Just gonna give me straight trash. Roguelike classic. You just get junk. I don't see why you would ever want to take that. I could be wrong, though. Never know. I hate these mini-me bosses. Stupidest thing in this mode. Can't tell what they're doing. Coolest enemy right here. Boxers. Legendary enemy. This start is not too good. I don't really have anything good yet. There's a recovery room here. something good over here at the shop. Some kind of damage modifier. Or chain lightning on the blade would be like really good. Okay, that's worth it. That is worth it. Take that. Bleeding is actually pretty good too. Raw damage multipliers in this game are really good, but only the ones that require you to meet a condition. Doing no damage or clearing fast, or taking no damage and clearing fast are like the best ones. Look for some more damage here. This build is not too great. Alright, I'll take that. Alright, I'm gonna go take out that elite so I get some damage from that. Dude, stop giving me that same one. Luck. Terrible luck. Don't want that. Break blades are like some of your best damage. Okay, there's an upgrade here, so... I cleared this the first time with, like, no damage. I had no damage at all, but now that I've unlocked almost everything, I'm definitely looking for not having to take so long to kill stuff. The game is conspiring against me. Yeah, chain lightning is good. I'm gonna go ahead and rewind this. I was gonna save it for a shop, but the lightning blade is really strong. Lightning blade trivializes most of the mechanical enemies, especially if you can get a break blade. Aim this attack, put it like right in the center. Crit damage. Take that for now. The status effects actually work on enemies in this game. They're like actually really good. The bleeding is good. So is lightning. Really strong. Hey, thanks, man. You have a good night. Decent. Yeah, get rid of the crit damage. I need more steel blades. I don't know how many battles I can really skip. I'm gonna have to take some time to replenish because that's like one of the best break blade attacks, at least for this mode. I don't really want that. I need more of the raw damage modifiers. How many swords do I have? Probably cop like 2 upgrades at the next shop. If I keep doing every fight. Skip a very minimal amount of them. One shop here. Hopefully they'll have some good damage in there. Boy, this luck is just horrendous. I don't really need the damage against mechanical enemies because the lightning blade stuns them for so long. I honestly feel like it's kind of a waste of a slot. Ah, here we go. Perfect. Take that off. So now I gotta start playing super sweaty, try to get more damage. Katana crit rate and damage is good too. Alright, so let's rewind this. See if I can get something else. Plus 50% damage from break blade attack. Hot damn. Oh man, that's juicy. I have to take that. Alright. That is a hell of a build right there. So let's go back and replenish the supply. So I cut into it quite a bit doing that transaction. Try to farm some no damage clears too. There's one. Nice. Explore. Oh, I got another rewind too, so if I could find another shop, can reset it, get another one. Lightning blade time. Damages already. You only need 8 to max it out, so I'm already a quarter of the way there. Then I don't have to worry about taking damage again. You get plus 5 damage every time you no damage a room, so that means you gotta do 8. 8 with no damage, and then you just have a fat damage bonus that you don't have to worry about anymore. Set it and forget it. There's another one. That. It was tempting to just redo this, but I think I should wait until I get to a shop. Halfway done already. I'll get 4 more in time. I don't think wasting a time shift there is worth it. I think it's better to wait for a shop. No shop this time either. Hello. Don't get too comfy, I gotta go to kitty sitting soon. It's your warning. I'm getting comfy. I will be streaming over there though, play some PSP 2 Infinity. Took damage there, so I'm gonna try to rectify that. If I can get 4 more encounters by the next boss that I don't take damage on, then that'll be pretty good. Bosses will get shredded really fast. That's 5. 3 more. Three more to go. Try to find a shop at this point. Okay, good, there's one right there. These are pretty shit rewards. reset this. %20 chance that incoming damage will be set to 1. I've never seen that one before. %20 on elite enemies actually does not work on bosses. I found that out the hard way. I took that once and it doesn't really help. That's just shit luck. Oh well. Nothing I can do about that. Just hoping to get the one where you clear in 30 seconds or less and you get more damage. That one is really good. That just kind of synergizes with killing things quickly anyway. See, I have 18 blades, so I kind of like don't want to take that. 18 steel blades, so break blade attack is going to do insane damage. Let's go this way. This is a free upgrade. Oh man, it's like the worst stuff. Don't want any of that. Alright. Let's go farm some more no damage. I think I only need like 3 more. Oh, good, and I got one ready for the next room too, so that'll help. Oh, and I get some damage for elite enemies as well, so let's go do this. Damn it, bastard. Yeah, I'll be on, probably in about an hour. Maybe a little earlier. I don't know how much work there is to do there tonight. She doesn't... I don't think she needs me to go to the store or anything heavy duty like that, so... Should be on around 6:30. So about an hour. An hour my time. Fuckers! Getting me off camera. Gotta recover from doing that now. That sucked. Low on resources now. It's not good. Things aren't great right now. What happened? Well, I hope my streams can help. I definitely have people I watch that help me kind of mellow out, relax. There's a store up there. Let's go hit that up. Ooh, perfect. Perfect item. Hot damn. 2 good items here. Wow, it's Christmas. Alright. How am I gonna swing this, though? Best thing to replace would be... probably that. Right. Hell yeah. That's a monster upgrade right there. Alright, let's keep going. I think I have time to finish this. It's 5:36 right now. I usually like to be over there by 6, so try to do this as fast as I can. That's fast. Jeez. You got annihilated. Nice. Now if I got the one where you clear in 30 seconds and you get like big damage boost, the boss is gonna get shredded. Get hit by it. Yeah, streams are good for that. Kinda refocus your mind on something else, especially when it's shit you can't control, like family or people not treating you right. Helps, it definitely does. Glad my streams of these random-ass games can help people. So I just play whatever the hell I feel like. I don't really conform to whatever's popular. This game is obviously not popular, but I have fun playing it. It's good to have a good roguelike to play again. There hasn't been a good one for a while. I think the last one I've really enjoyed. Yeah, I have time to finish this. Kinda don't really need any more upgrades at this point. All my upgrades are maxed out. Probably just plow straight to the end, and then I'm gonna go straight to my neighbor's house. That's the plan. Let's just keep going. No, if family treats you like shit, there's no guilt to be had. that's something that they need to address. That's not your fault. That's one thing I've had to learn. You can't keep blaming yourself for other people treating you like shit. And I feel like it's something that people that have mental illnesses deal with. You already feel like you burden people, right? So when people treat you like shit, you feel that it's because you're a burden. It's like, no, they're just treating you like shit. I mean, I'm sure there are some cases where it's like, okay, maybe you ask too much of that person or something, but most of the time I would argue it's just because they're just treating you like shit. There's no real justification for it. It's nothing you're doing. You could be the most helpful, non-toxic person, and some people will just still treat you like garbage. That's one thing I've learned very recently. I'm quite a bit older than you, and I've learned that. Sometimes people just treat you like shit for no fault of your own. It's kind of your family's responsibility to not do that and do their part. I had some really close people treat me like shit recently, and I blamed myself forever. It's like, you know what, I did so much for those people, and it really isn't my fault. It's not my fault. It's a toxic thing that we do to ourselves. When you're mentally ill, you have depression and anxiety, you feel like it's all your fault. It's not. Yeah, don't feel guilt if they're doing stupid stuff. They're the ones that should feel guilty. It's not you. You're only responsible for your actions. The things that you do. You're not responsible for what other people do. It doesn't matter if they're family or loved ones or relationships or whatever. Just, you gotta focus on yourself. Make sure that you're doing the right thing. You can't make other people do the right thing. That's something I learned the hard way. Giving too much to people that kind of just took advantage of me. And I blamed myself, which is wrong. It's not my fault. It's a common thing when you deal with mental illness, though, is to feel like everything that happens is your fault. Most of the time, it's not. It really is as simple as just those people are doing stupid shit and it has nothing to do with you. Just because they take it out on you doesn't mean that it's your fault. Like, they have anger issues, or they're not able to see that they're the problem. Some people are really blind to what they do to others. Be legit toxic and not take any accountability for it at all. It just sucks when it's family, because it's a lot harder to get those people out of your life. When friends or whatever do it, it's easier. You can just kind of cut them out. But it definitely is harder when it's family, for sure. Like, totally understand. How fast was that? Oh wow, under 40 minutes. That was a really good run. Wow. GG's. I finished that like 15 minutes before I need to be over there, so... Hooray. GG's. I think I should be able to max everything out now, huh? Most likely. Oh, there you go. Whole thing is maxed out now. Nothing left to unlock. Well, that was fun. I must go. Gotta throw some clothes on, get my snacks and everything, and head over there. So, should be over there. Should be streaming in probably about an hour. Maybe a little less. We'll see. I'll play some PSP2 Infinity tonight. I think I might rebirth my character and start over. Or I might go into the end game a little bit farther. I think I might do a little mixture of both. Go into the end game a bit, and then also try to get some better stuff. That's the plan. So thanks for watching. That was my fastest run yet, so I'm pretty proud of that. I can consistently finish that under 50 minutes now, so that's cool. Well, if it fits with your dad, then you need to take my advice and stop blaming yourself. Sometimes we like to do that to ourselves, and it's like, no, it really is somebody else's problem. They need to get their shit together. I don't know what to say other than that, but I have to go. You're welcome to talk about it more when I start my other stream, but I'm going to get going before I get sidetracked. So I'll see you guys in about an hour. Probably clean up all the plates, fill up their waters and stuff, see if anything else needs to be done, and then once I'm free, I'll be firing up the stream again. There's only 3 bosses in the roguelike mode. Yeah, they didn't make alternate bosses. Honestly, that mode has like very little to unlock. I've only beaten the game a couple times and I already have everything unlocked. The currency is already completely useless. I think they should add some kind of like buff that you can get to make that currency not just become a number. Because I just maxed out everything that run. I have nothing else left to unlock. It definitely could use a little improvement, but the core gameplay of that game is so good that it kind of automatically makes it like the best action roguelike. Just because the gameplay is good and your skill. Well, the only unique boss in that roguelike mode is the last one. The rest are recycled. Which is a good thing, because the main game has a lot of really gimmicky bosses. Like, you have to hit them in certain points, and they have, like, damage phases and stuff. The bosses that they put in there do not have that. It's pretty much just hit them until they die, which... There's nothing wrong with the gimmicky boss. I might not like them. Most people don't like them, but you can't really put shit like that in an action roguelike, because it gets really exhausting, because you're going to fight them, like, way more than you would in, say, a single-player game. Anything that's not revolving around repeating content, like a Monster Hunter game or something. Yeah, they give you the least gimmicky bosses in the roguelike mode, which is good, because I don't get tired of fighting them. But yeah, they definitely could have made a couple more. I've already unlocked everything. There's nothing else left to unlock. Hopefully they'll add a little bit more to it, but it's fun just because the combat is responsive, and it's still... I also really like how the damage items in that game, the only really good ones are the ones that require you to play well. So, if you don't take those risks and take those and you don't play well, you won't do anywhere near that much damage. It feels pretty well balanced in that regard, but definitely the first playthrough was really rough, because I couldn't stack damage. I feel like they should nerf the first boss's health quite a bit. I think that would help quite a bit. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys in about an hour. Thanks for watching.